I'm online at least, so let me at least pull it up so I can see chat, just in case. You never know. Ignore that. Oh yeah. Anyways. Where did... There they are. Of course you're already... I'm not ready yet, man. That's a very good question. I don't know. I might fall asleep during this stream. Okay, I totally forgot that I was already at the boss fog though, so that makes it a bit better at least. So, I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. Ooh. The problem is this guy has like 2,400 health or something like that. It's the highest health boss that we'll have to fight besides Four Kings. And it's a lot. It's not a very interactive boss fight. It's a lot of dodging. Ugh. But hey, I'll do it. I'll get through it. I do not like where you are already. Did I get 4 damage on that punch? Or was that just from being a counter hit? No, it was just a counter hit. Okay. Yes, very easy to dodge, but yes, very tanky as well. Hey, better than screen shake the boss, so, which will likely be tomorrow. Though his boss arena, this guy's boss arena is a bit rough at times. It should be fine though. Ooh. I don't know, like technically this should be like one of the easier bosses to flawless, if not actually flawless, at least use only Estus for. As long as I just don't get really tired and just pass out. Can't wait till I do Centipede Demon. Won't that be exciting? I bet everybody wants to see that. Just can't even tell what's happening. The screen's just shaking the entire time. Oh, camera. My camera stopped keeping track. Dude, you gotta stop dodging. But hey, after that though, finally I'll have a way to deal more than 2 damage. Which is exciting. Yeah, I probably do sound pretty tired, don't I? But it's one boss. I should be able to handle this boss. It'll probably be... I don't know. We'll see how fast this first bar goes down, but I have a feeling it might be around an hour to 2 hours worth of fighting. Which is quite long, but I can handle. Even at being tired. Plus, I have the motivation to do it right now, so I might as well, because knowing me, I won't later. I'd rather pass out while I have the motivation rather than not have it at all. Hey, that's good. You're getting there. You're making good progress, really? Okay, I want you to do your... Yeah. Oh, of course, that's the attack I get hit by. ONS aren't that bad, though. Really, if you know how to dodge them during the first phase, then you're pretty much set. Phase 2 is a given, or if you really think it's not, cheese it by doing Ornstein second and just clipping him through the wall, you know? Take the loser's way out, but it's still a way. Oh, nice. Did I do the same thing? I think I went to a plus 15 either before Iron Golem or right after. I'm pretty sure that's how I did it. Because I remember my damage was pretty set for a while. I still went to 27 strength and like 30 dex or something. That's well worth doing, I'd say. Yeah, I wouldn't expect. I wouldn't expect you to cheese it unless you really thought it wasn't just too hard. But most things shouldn't be too hard for you. I'd say. Yeah, it only hits you multiple times. So if you have the poise to get hit and not either thrown on the ground or just immediately or if you're not a bit out of focus, basically don't block it and just don't have poise and you're fine. You won't get hit more than once. Ornstein has the worst attack that hits multiple times anyways. He's got the thrust and then the follow-up that can hit like 3 times if you've got poise, and it's just awful. Even without poise, I think it can hit multiple times on the second attack or something like that. It's a really dumb attack. Ooh. Man. If he keeps doing this jump, it's gonna take way longer than I predicted, I think. He keeps putting himself out of range. I'm not even through the first bar. I'm like 1/26th of the way through the fight. It's nothing. Okay, so here's the thing, right? If the difference between HP between either version, by the way, is actually about 100. If you kill Smo first or Ornstein first, there's not much of a difference in total HP between phase 1 and 2. So there's like no real reason to not go for Ornstein first to get the phase 2 over with, or phase 1 over with fast. I'd say, oh god, he back hopped. He's back hopping? Oh god. Oh. I would say in general, Super Smo is just easier, so. Wow, that's really dumb that hit me there. I really hate this branch. He can perfectly, as he's done, get himself tangled up in a way that I can't actually easily slip past him. There we go. Is he? I would say not at all. Smo is at least a big target that you can't swing between the legs of. Unlike Ornstein, where if he with Ornstein, if you've got like a thrusting weapon or something that doesn't have good range, you can just swing between his legs really easily. So I'd say that Smo is easier to hit, but that's just how I look at it. Plus, his defense is lower. Like, Smo's defense is lower than Ornstein's in general, he just has more health. But if you're dealing with phase 1 with Ornstein, he already takes a ton of damage just because he has such low health. And then in phase 2 you can deal with something that dies faster just from lower defense. I don't know. I'm wording it weird because I might just be a bit tired. But I know what I'm thinking. I know what I mean. I mean, either one's really not that bad, I'd say, but plus Ornstein really isn't built well for being giant. His attacks are all really iffy when he's in giant mode. That's how I see it. And like even some of his attacks can hit you while you're under him. Well, besides just the one that's built to actually hit you. The butt slam, that is. I'm talking like the thrust, the follow-up thrust. That one can hit when you're underneath him. On his sweeping combo, his like 3 or 4 hit combo, it can hit you. Yeah, phase 1 is really the tough part. But as I have found out. Just don't block and it's a lot easier. That's how I look at it now. Is this gonna hit me? No. You know what? No, I want you to keep facing this way. Hey, 1 bar down though. That's not bad. 1 bar down and 1 Estus down. Yeah, at this rate we're fine. 1 bar, 1 Estus, like 2 hits or something. A half-hour fight. It shouldn't take you anywhere near that long. I don't even think they took me. I don't think they took me that long. Well, I don't think anything took me a half hour with the broken straight sword. Did it? Did they? I don't think so. I did get a well, I did get a pretty big combo on Smo in phase 2 though. I don't know. Cause I want to say most of my fights were about on par with the 10 banishment catalyst in terms of time. I still need somebody to test Vow of Silence on this guy. I'm pretty sure it affects him, but at the same time, I have no proof. You know what I mean? And if I'm putting it in my guide slash whatever thing, I'd rather have proof for it so that I know it's actually true. It'd be silly to claim something in that. And especially something so trivial as this, as like a claim that shouldn't even really matter. I highly doubt it, right? You know, I should probably make a build for just testing Vow of Silence on bosses. And the best thing is, you could do it really easily, because you only have to kill Iron Golem to get it. So I could test it on pretty much anything that actually casts. I should probably do that. Like, I might do that day after tomorrow or tomorrow. His AI, just like with Stray Demon, it would probably do it the same way, right? Where he still does the whatever he would want, like go to cast a spell. He'd do the same animation, but nothing would happen, which is what happens with Stray Demon. So, like, Stray Demon does like his big pound to the side that causes an AoE. Basically that, but no AoE, so it just turns those attacks into completely safe attacks. I wonder if it works on Moonlight Butterfly. Just completely negate the boss. I'm gonna have to block that one, yeah. I don't know. I really hate Demon Firesage's boss room. It's one of the worst designs. Well, it's not really bad, but it's completely in his favor in a way that's really annoying. Just because of how he interacts with obstacles. Plus, man, Demon Firesage backoffs a ton, especially even like compared to Stray Demon. Maybe it's just because I'm using my fist or something, like because I'm spamming R1 pretty much. I don't know. That's gonna hurt. Didn't hurt. Amazing. And imagine if I could kill Centipede Demon. Not tonight, but just tomorrow. I'd be so happy. Having double damage, finally, will just be so relieving. Does it, like, there's a few bosses you could test it on, like, does it work on Gwendolyn? That'd be an interesting one. You'd have to somehow get really close though and cast it first. Like, I don't quite know the range of Vow Silence. 1.5 bars down. It was not so bad. Like over 10% of the way through with this boss fight at 15 minutes into the stream. 150 minutes. That'd be 2.5 hours. Jesus. Sure hope it doesn't take that long. I don't think it will, but also, like, this boss I'm barely even, like, you know, on Smoke and Ornstein I was like every 2 hits you could see the boss bar move at least just a smidge. On this it's really barely even that, where you can't even see it. Vow Silence is weird. It lasts 30 seconds but has like almost no uses because of its slot cost, and just you could counter things without needing it. It's like unnecessary if you know how to counter stuff. I don't know, it seems good, but it also stops you from casting. Though I guess if you cast a buff first or something against a mage and then you cast it, I guess that would work. Something like that. I don't know. It's a cool spell. It was, I think it was kind of destroyed in Dark Souls 3, if I remember correctly. They lowered the time to being like 15 seconds or something. I don't remember if that's true, but how long does Great Match Barrier last? A minute? I assume probably 30 seconds to a minute. Well, the thing is, it doesn't completely negate spells, which kind of practically does, but why not just completely destroy their choice of... Well, I mean, if they know what they're doing, they'd still have a weapon to fight with, but a pure mage, I guess it could hard counter for 30 seconds, but then they'd just run away. It's like, what's really the point? Just gonna... See, I don't like it when he's here. Oh, sweet. I love seeing that. Should be fine. I mean, of all the bosses, if I, for some reason, lose connection, I'll probably just not stream tonight, but if it's close or something, I feel like this would be one of those bosses that people might not really care about anyways. Of all of them to lose footage on. Though I guess I could just splice together the footage as long as I can kill the rest of them within an hour from if I lose connection or something. Oh, I almost walked back into that. I don't know, it's like, this one's really mundane, yeah, but then like, you look at him and you're like, at least he's not Centipede Demon. The one upside to Centipede Demon is that he doesn't have 5,400 health, but yet he's still got just as limited of a moveset, somehow. Even though he's completely unique in his design and everything. It's like, how? How do you do that? I think the only reason he's really mundane though is just because there's no fast way to tackle him with fist only. If you could use weapons, just bleeding him would be so easy, you know? Exactly. They're both really spammy too, is the worst part. And then phase 2 of Centipede Demon gets even worse because his jump attack that is completely safe to go offensive on changes, and he goes for a different sort of AoE that actually does damage. It requires you to constantly reposition about him. It's awful. And I gotta hit that boss, what, 3700 HP, or something like that. I think it's like 3734, 3706, one of those numbers. Man. It's like 1850 hits plus. Yeah, but that's why you don't do that. or you just don't have the poison, you get toppled. Well, like, it's weird, right? Because if it... Some attacks... Oh, jeez. I'm loving taking all this damage just from how big his AoEs are. Only if you, like, purposefully face tank it and walk into it like that, though, which you should never do anyways. Once you, like, actually learn the boss, well, figure out how the boss works, that shouldn't be happening anyways. What I do is I just walk him to that island. You see, this is right where you don't want him to be, because he's in a corner, and if he wants to go for an AoE, then you have to run away. Speaking of which, I'm actually just going to run away so he does his, like, jump attack. See, that's really cool, though. He looks really cool when he's approaching you. So much cooler than Stray Demon, at least. Plus, like, he emits light. He's at least really cool looking. Unlike Centipede Demon, which is just a blob of badness. You can't even tell what's going on with him. It's like 10 minutes per bar or something like that so far. That's not so bad. It's 100. Yeah, it's like 2 hours. Oh my god. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes still. I didn't think that... Well, like, I guess that's not so surprising, right? It's really not that much less HP than Smo and Ornstein. Yeah, I feel like I'm keeping my voice quite light today too, like compared to what I normally talk like. I feel like I'm just going a bit... I probably sound tired. Probably putting you to sleep just talking about it. But oh well. I'm still pretty on schedule for Estus, it seems. It's really hard to not be on this fight though, I guess. Look at how much he... Look at this. He gets iframes on those back hops too. I didn't realize a boss this big abused iframes so badly. By the way, does a jump attack deal 3? Deals 2. Oh. Some enemies it deals 3 damage on. It just really depends on their defense. Look at this. Actually, if you could just keep this up, it would really speed up the fight, I think. Just don't do your actual slam, or your actual AoE slam. Oh, come on, man. If it's 6 hits per combo, oh my god. It's like 1,000 combos almost. Eh. I guess you'd have to multiply that. Eh. Not quite 1,000, but still. It's a lot. Yeah, that was pretty easy to escape. I really like where he is right now, actually. I don't know if I can get away. Oh, okay. And like the thing is, like Fist only has kind of helped me learn some of these bosses, right? But there's not much to learn with this boss. If that makes sense. Like, he acts just slightly different from Stray Demon, but otherwise, you don't, yeah. You are, if you can kill Stray Demon, you can kill this guy, really. Even Asylum Demon. Does he not have a follow-up on that like Stray Demon does? Because he doesn't ever seem to do it. Or I guess like Asylum Demon does, not Stray Demon, because Stray doesn't really. What's interesting is actually Stray Demon has like really low aggro range. Which is unlike this guy. Like Stray Demon's kind of... Why do you have to back yourself into a corner? You see that? Just 4 back hops for no reason. It's crazy. Now, like, I like where I am, but at the same time, I want you to not have me stuck here, in case you do that, yeah. And, like, the biggest insult about this fight is that, again, he has some of the highest HP in the game, and yet he's only worth 20,000 souls. I mean, I get that that's just because of how basic he is, but he's even, like, a post-Lord Vessel boss, and he gives only 20,000 souls. He barely gives more than Pinwheel. Him and Centipede Demon give abysmal souls for where they're located. It's really weird. I don't quite understand why. Especially just when you compare it to the other bosses that are post-Lord Vessel. Or supposed to be, I guess, really. Well, actually, no. Are there any other bosses that are actually required? No? Like, these two are the only bosses that aren't, lords that are actually required after the... Like, they require the Lord Vessel to reach. It's weird. Ooh, okay, I got into like a really good sync there. Like, I got his hop mistimed from my punches, which worked out and got me a 22 hit or 22 damage combo. That's really good. It's really weird that these two, and they're both, like, together they're worth 40,000 souls, which is like what the average amount would be, I think, after. Well, at least the least that you would expect after getting the Lord Vessel. That's what you'd expect from boss. At least 40,000. Anything really post Anne Orlando should be like 40,000. Ugh, getting stuck on a branch. The saddest part is I think that this could be one of those bosses that would be like barely any harder in SL1 fist only. Just because he has to do like really good damage for it to really matter. It's hard to take a full hit from him. Unless you're just not running a shield, which is possible. I don't know, did I mention on stream that I might be doing an SL1 fist only challenge eventually? Whew. There's a lot of plans still left with this game though, so, like, or with the Dark Souls series for me. There's so much to do. Like the other two games, fist only. Oh boy. If I had a way to stream a PS3 Demon Souls fist only, wouldn't that be fun too? I even came in with like 3 extra Estus, so if I get a bit lazy about it, I'll even be fine. Wow, that was just rude. Please stop wasting my time. I would like sleep tonight. Hey, 3 bars down though, that's like a fourth of the way, about. A bit under a fourth, really. But hey, that's good. Also, do you see the hitbox on his backside? It's pretty lenient for actually hitting it. Especially compared to his front side. I don't know. Depending on when I wake up, I guess that really... Oh my god. 3 back hops. Whatever. I guess that really decides when I'll be streaming. Partially, it's just when I wake up tomorrow. But depending on how long this goes, it might be a bit later in the day that I wake up, you know? But imagine that. I mean, there's still one more obstacle after killing Centipede Demon, and that is, you know, somehow making it around the Pyromancer while also killing. I mean, I could just kill myself and then go human after killing the Pyromancer, the Witch of Islith person, whatever. That could work. That'd probably be the way I should do it. Go ahead. Why you gotta do that? Like, that's a great idea for you to do that. Just spam back hops until you're within range of your ultimate slam. I think I was one... It was great. I think on one of my RTSR runs, which I don't do many of, I think I was just one shot by that. It was pretty funny. Like, as soon as I get to... Whoa! I just ate that one. Okay. Like, as soon as I went to the fight, you know, he leads off with that quite often. And I just completely messed up the very first dodge and just ate it and just died. It's pretty good. At the very least, it would have made me laugh. I can tell you that much for sure. No. Wow, that AoE actually starts at his staff. I didn't realize that. Okay, I'm not 4 bars down, yet I'm 4 Estus down. That's not good. Can't keep that rate up. That's... Come on, man. At least, like, do something that lets me approach you without being afraid of your AoEs. Like, don't just stand at a corner. Which is really hard for him to do, but just because of how much distance his back hop covers. It's kind of crazy. Hey, that's good. No, that's not quite as good. This will work. If I could keep him there, that'd be nice too, because I can easily squeeze around him. This, not so much. Well, this works out, I think. Sort of. It sort of works out. I wonder if standing right... Actually, I think that, unlike Stray Demon, if you stand right against him, his AoEs can still hit you. I swear this guy's slightly larger than Stray Demon. At the very least, his AoEs are. That much I want to say is like a fact. I don't quite know, but I have a feeling they are. Hey, 3.5 bars down. I got him wedged here before already. And you have to like keep like a really close eye on that bar to even see damage. Jesus. I wonder if there's a way to just infinitely trigger back hops. Wouldn't that be nice? How did I go for that last punch? Whatever. At least like against when he's doing just this butt slam, I seem to get like a pretty good I seem to be able to get like a pretty steady combo off on him, which is nice. Oh, okay. That's like the actual slightly dangerous attack. The one that can hit you when you're at point blank, at least. You know, I have a feeling that, like, now that I've gotten past all, like, the hour-long boss fights, I'm gonna have to, like, start speeding up more than just, like, ONS. This one's gonna have to be sped up, too, if I upload it individually. It's also, like, way less impressive. Like, it's great that I did it, but... It's not to say that you shouldn't be proud of it if you kill him with just your fist, but... It just means you have patience and won't be bored to death. Though that goes for most of the bosses with fist only. It means like you have a good understanding of the boss, but you also just you're okay with fighting for hours at a time, which I would say I am. Hence why I've even made it this far in the run, at least. Which, still, I'm kind of surprised I've made it this far. At some point, I was sure that I was going to give up. Well, okay. I kind of did give up for a bit there. I put off fighting ONS for 2 whole months. Like, that last time I had tried him, I think, like, before I just took a break, pretty much. Pretty sure they'd kind of just stolen all my Dark Souls energy from me. Like, I even, like, stopped playing on Switch for a bit. It was crazy. They destroyed my motivation. Partially because I thought I might have to farm, which I ended up doing, unfortunately. Just because, like, man. It's a tough fight. 2 damage at a time. Okay, we're almost down the 4th bar, at least. Do a swing. Sweet. Manus has like 6,000 some odd health, by the way. It is, I think. That'll be fun. Calamite has exactly 5,400 health. I'm looking... Are you kidding me, man? Like, come on. Calamite has 5,400 health. That's a fun one. He still has a slipper up this 4th bar. There we go. Do a slide slam or something. There we go, that works too. But, 2,700 hits. It's like the same amount as this, but on a cooler boss. That's gonna be... I'm excited for that. Well, okay, it's the same number of hits, but not really, because I have double damage by that point, so... It's like half the number of hits. Ooh, that'll be cool. Wouldn't that be cool if I could kill Calamite in like an hour? I mean, he basically has 2,700 health, which is less than Iron Golem, and Iron Golem was an hour. Just depends on how active I can hit him. Actively I can hit him, this is just gonna be a face tank. It is not. I was out of range. Wow. Sometimes, game, you're just too lenient. I think I could have gotten away from that. Dude. You back hop so much. It's amazing. I think that, by the way, can hit you twice. I don't quite know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it can hit you when it's on the actual physical attack and hit you, and then you can get hit by the magical blast, which is kind of cool. I should test that, see how much damage it does. Not during this run, because I've already made it quite far and wouldn't want to throw it all away for no reason, but otherwise, yeah. I should test it. Maybe I could do like, well, I'd say a slab run, but the problem is there's no way I wouldn't be one shot. Especially if I took both hits. Like, I want to know, basically, does the first hit do more damage than the second, or does the second hit do extra damage because of the first one? Like, sort of an instability idea, you know? I'll have to keep that in mind. There's so much to test with this game, it's silly. For how much I know, there's so much I don't know. It's insane. Ooh, that was close. Already 40 minutes into this stream? That's insane. I didn't think we were that far. It really is like 10 minutes a bar. Well, it's probably closer to like, probably 9 to 9.5 minutes a bar, even still. 9.5 minutes a bar, 13 times 9.5, could be worse. It's like just barely over 2 hours. For one of the higher HP bosses in the game. Higher hit count, at least. I think ONS really do have the most amount of hits required for fist only. Fist only, no gauntlets. It's obviously 4 kings, but just fist only. Yes. Imagine having to hit Manus 3,300 times and running on only 20 Estus. Wouldn't that be crazy? Also, like, Nito has less health than I thought, and Seath has more health than I thought. Because Seath has like 5,500 or something like that, and Nito has like 4,700. Which is crazy. Also, like, I'd love to do Nito without a divine weapon so that I could totally not just invalidate this run, but we'll see. I might save him for like second to last minus Moonlight Butterfly. I want to try Moonlight Butterfly once I get the gauntlets. Seeing how many... I don't think I have enough time to hit him 13 times. Or anywhere above 13 times per rest. So he heals 50 HP in NG. New game. Per rest, so that means at 4 damage, I have to hit him 13 times to get 2 damage off. But he's got like 1,500 and... I think... his health is 1506. Centipede... Oh, this is something interesting. Centipede Demon actually has the same amount of health as Sif. Goes to show that HP, really... One of those bosses is just so much worse. It really has nothing to do with their HP, but I'm just rambling about it. His is 1506 for Moonlight, though. So, if I were to get 13 hits per cycle, I'd have to do it 753 times consecutively without screwing up one of the cycles. Seeing how long this cycle can take to happen, that would be horrible if I could only land 13 hits, right? And then, let's see, the only, like, I don't know, it's weird, because if I could land 15 hits, or 14 hits, halves the time that I need, halves the number of cycles and so on, right? If I could land, I don't think anywhere close to 20 hits is possible, but if I could land 20 hits somehow, that would be amazing. I'm stuck on his foot. Wow. Hey, I still got my shield up. I'm stuck between his foot and a branch. What a stupid way to take any sort of damage. But I doubt that any more than like 14 hits would be possible. Even still, that's 350 cycles. That's still not worth it. Wow. 375 cycles, whatever. 376 and a half. You get what I'm saying, though. It's still a ton of cycles. And anywhere over, like, 20 would result in a really long fight already. 753 cycles. Can you imagine how long that would be? Just, like... Even say it's like a minute per cycle or something, which I think is a kind underestimate. Like, that's still over a 10-hour fight. 11-hour. Well, 12-hour for that matter, really. It's 12.5 hours. Plus the 13 hits per cycle. So, and at that many cycles, that number of hits adds up. Anyways. Like, the time to land that number of hits. So 750 times 13. Yeah, exactly. You get the idea, though. Because that's like, whatever. Basically, that's a really long time to fight one boss. I don't know if anybody well... I want to say, if I can find the time, somehow, and I can land 13 hits per cycle, I'll do it. You know I will. I can't let the Moonlight Butterfly be the one boss to say no, you know? Like, this is the only time that his regen comes into play, is when you're doing, like, 2 damage per swing. If you had anywhere near this swing speed and you had, well, I guess 4 damage, I should say, sorry. If you had, like, even 50% more damage, Imagine that. It's not even 10 swings you have to land, it's 8 to pass him. Well, to get to his health regen. Even still, that seems hard. Yeah. Probably around 10 damage is where I'd want to call it, you know? For being actually, like, reasonably at this swing speed. Being able to land 6 hits. And you'd have to do that for 150 cycles. For at least 6 hits. That seems horrible still, but more manageable. Though maybe to do it, I could have somebody, if I can deal enough damage, I might have somebody like drop me the crystal ring shield or something. Just have a really good magic block shield and go to town. We'll see. The other thing to think about is he actually has a really big wind-up on his AoE. I don't know if you can roll it, but if you could deal a lot of damage. Technically, sometimes when he swings his wings, you can still land hits. Ugh, I wouldn't want to have to rely on that though. Like sometimes he'll clip into the into where you're standing and you could hit him, but I'd rather not have to try to land those hits. By the way, like 5 bars down, I think. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. We're actually like ahead of schedule then, by like a lot. I want to refight gargoyles. That sounds really weird, but I want to refight gargoyles with my fist. They're just a really good fight. I enjoy their fight no matter what. It's something about them. I'll gladly fight them any day. With any amount of damage. Like, they're one of the ones that I wouldn't even mind doing the talisman run on. Because they have, it would be, what, 480 plus 999. Yeah, it'd be 1479 health. It's really not so bad. It's not even double Asylum Demon's health. So you need like 6 talismans at worst to actually kill them. And phase 2 would be so interesting. Why? Why go for that extra hit? It's not even that much more damage. I don't know, I'm finding that rambling is actually, like, dealing really good damage while I'm rambling. Oh, there we go. Like, right, because I could run RTSR. That'd get me 6 damage per swing, actually. And then Power Within. Wait, 6 damage? 5 damage per swing. So it'd just be 11 hits to deal damage. And then you'd have 5 more damage, which means you'd have 302 cycles, because you'd have 1 HP left on the last cycle. Imagine, well, if you could land exactly 11 hits. Imagine how upsetting that would be, knowing that you have 1 damage to deal on the last cycle. Wow, that'd be like a real rude feeling. Sorry, I am stuck on Moonlight Butterfly as an idea, because this boss is just giving me time to think. I don't know really any good counters to him though. I still don't. Maybe it's just because I don't fight him enough. Is there really a difference between his 2 magic attacks in terms of tell? And then the question also becomes, how do you dodge his when he flies over the arena and he does a large blast? How do you dodge that? Because I think that aims past you to purposefully hit behind you. Granted, you could turn around and block, but like, how consistent is it? And how much Estus would you need? You know what I mean? Because then, even at 99 humanity and 20 Estus, because that's 100 and, yeah, 119, that's not even, like, you'd have to do like 5 cycles at a time without healing. Well, 5 to 6. Maybe if you had like Divine Blessings or Elizabeth Mushrooms as well. I don't know. It's a lot to think about. it's just really interesting to think that a butterfly of all monsters would be the thing that shuts you down, of all bosses, that would be the one to halt. But like, what's really interesting is he becomes like the only impossible boss, like actually impossible boss. It's just funny to think about, you know? And that goes for like, I was discussing this, or people were discussing this at least. Moonlight Butterfly becomes the only unkillable boss on the Infinite New Game Plus cycle mod, just because of how his regen works. I don't know if it's percentage based, but it sure is at least based on New Game Cycle as well. So it scales up with his health somehow, right? But like, it's like New Game 69, New Game Plus 69. You stop being able to actually deal more damage than he heals. It's really weird. I also don't quite know how well it's balanced post NG plus 7. I'm assuming they made some changes to like how much health stuff has after that. Because only being 25% stronger and then scaling slightly up from that every new game, it'd still take a while to actually be hard, I think. Besides in terms of being one shot. I don't know. It's interesting. I should give that mod a try at some point, is really what I'm thinking. Ooh. I'm still not looking forward to Centipede Demon. His screen shake just hurts. And the worst part, like, I'm not even able to get like the lava walk ring, the orange charred ring. Speaking of, I should totally, maybe one day when I unlock the ability. Oh, I did some testing with the orange charred ring. Anyway, it does like I think 80 fire damage, it seems. Wow, I just took that one. Okay. Whatever though, that's fine. Yeah, this is maybe not as fine. Whatever, it is. So yeah, I did some testing. It seems to do like 80 fire damage, but like what's funny is it does significantly more, it's like either significantly more or about the same damage as the orange charred ring, right? Or, sorry, the orange charred ring does about the same damage as Skull Lantern on the basic hollows in on the way to Berg, right? So the warriors and the soldiers. Does like 35 for the Skull Lantern. 34 for the Skull Lantern and 35 or something like that for the orange charred ring. But what's interesting is that's a difference of 5 fire damage and 30 physical damage. So the physical damage should make up like 3 of it. And so you take that down, so it's like so you're doing maybe 5 more fire damage total. And then what gets really weird is when you then swap to the dragon headstone, because that thing has 82 fire damage, right? You'd think, oh, it can't do much more than that, other than like the 30 to 40 damage. It does like 80. It straight up just does the damage, because I think it's like right on the cusp of breaking defense at 80 fire damage. And then Dragon Headstone does just over, or just at their defense value. It's weird, right? It's just really cool. Basically, my test results were inconclusive, but have a hypothesis of, or the hypothesis was, I guess I should say, orange charred ring does 80 fire damage, because that's what I think I was claiming something around there from the start, and the results are not totally conclusive, but point towards maybe true. Because it's basically somewhere between 75 and 82, but not 82 or 75, you know what I mean? Greater than 75, less than 82. And I'm just thinking, what value would they have given it besides 80? It's just interesting to think about. And then I never even got around to it, but then you've got the egghead. You gotta wonder how much kick damage does that thing do, or how much damage does it make your, in quotes, quick, or your kick do, you know? I didn't even get around to testing that. I was too busy testing the orange charred ring and didn't get quite the results I wanted. And then what's really interesting was I was like, I'll try using the pyro flame as like a basis for how much damage I should deal. And then the pyro flame does like chip damage, I think, if I remember correctly. It's just weird. The whole thing was. But yeah. I was basically just testing kick damage stuff. But this whole thing is leading up to me saying, if I could ever stream on PC, I would love to do an orange charred ring only run. It would be awesome. And the damage would be like better than I thought. Also, why isn't this guy immune to fire? It's very strange. Also, I think we just actually hit the halfway point of the fight at 56 minutes. Oh, I gotta get out. That's not bad. 56 minutes in. It's not even another hour to go. Especially if I keep up at the rate that I've been at, not the rate that I started at, because the start of this fight was much slower, really, than what it has been now. I'm also just really keeping up well with Estus usage. I've only used 5. I've made it through 6.5 bars. I think that's actually halfway through the fight now, but it still says 56 minutes, so whatever. I thought I started streaming a bit after one, not right at one. Anyways. Like 110, 115 is what I'm saying. I guess not. 8 damage. That was actually long enough to still have a hitbox when I approached him. Interesting. I don't know why I wanted to go for that. It did not work at all either, like landing that hit that I missed. Aha. Oh, that was close. I think I do want to heal already, because I don't think... Yeah, it won't quite take me back to full. Now I'm back on track with Estus, because of a silly mistake or two. Look at these hitboxes on his backside, though. Is it really easy to hit him? He's just really hard to stay behind, unlike the other two. So yes, I know I mentioned it a while ago now, but I want to test if Vow of Silence works on him, because it works on Stray Demon, right? But I've heard it, like, I don't have any proof that it works on him. Like, there are no claims that it does either. Yet, in like the Fexture Life wiki, it says it doesn't work on him. But then for some reason they don't bring up Stray Demon and it working on Stray Demon. It just says it doesn't affect bosses. But then Stray Demon exists and says otherwise. You know what I mean? Like, it's conflicting data. And there is no proof of it actually working on him or not, just because the only claim I found is that it doesn't, but it's the Fexture Life wiki. So, I'm very confused on really what the answer is. So it looks like I'll have to test it. And then there was a guy in the Discord, the Switch Discord, saying it works on him, but he said he said basically he had his reasoning, but he didn't have video proof. He said he just thinks that he's pretty sure that his friend used it on Demon Firesage. But his claim being that Demon Firesage is basically just a reskin of Stray Demon, which is sort of true. They are quite literally reskins, but they don't behave the same, you know? It's just all strange. I don't know. It's like, I don't know what to believe. So, I might be doing a stream tomorrow that isn't fist only, but instead, Vow of Silence. Which is not very exciting, but a choice. Okay. Like, this isn't anywhere near as bad as I thought it would be. It's not very exciting, but it doesn't help that I probably don't sound very excited. Or, it's weird because I'd say I have less energy in my voice, which I would say I do, but like, when do I ever really have energy in my voice? You know? Also, like, straight even's like not comboing me, but he's landed consecutive, or hits kind of close together for him. It's weird. I'm letting myself get hit, which is not a good idea. Just because I have a little bit of extra Estus doesn't mean I should just let it get used, you know? Though I can, immediately after killing him, I can kindle the next bonfire, which is nice. Because I didn't have the Demon Ruins bonfire, where Kirk, like, right at, I only have the first Demon Ruins bonfire, you know? Because the other one is guarded by a beastie that I don't want to punch a worm to death, you know? I think I want to go ahead and heal. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, we're down to the next bar, by the way. 1, 2. So 6 left. That's not that bad. As I said, this fight really is just about staving off boredom, which, honestly... Okay, so does he not have a follow-up to that attack? I think he might not. Which would be interesting, because Asylum Demon has that same exact combo, just slightly slower. And it has a follow-up at the end of it. It's really weird watching Asylum Demon and comparing their movesets, because they're practically the same, except their animations are at different speeds. Plus that attack just isn't had by Asylum Demon. But like that overhead slam that they do that does the AoE, Asylum Demon has it, but it's also really fast. And does tiny AoE, because most of Asylum Demon's attacks have AoE. The 2 sweeps don't. And then his backward sweeps that are supposed to reach you if you circle behind him, they also don't have AoE to them. Just good turn radius. Just good turning, not really turn radius, but whatever. Hey, it is 2 AM. No, don't hit me. It's still sad having to eat through so much Estus for this fight, but like, it's like every hit he does is basically an Estus flask. And I've let him hit me like 7 times. It's not very good, but like, say you're doing a no-hit run, I've gone long enough without being hit. Oh, bumped my mic. I've gone long enough without being hit that I could definitely kill him, even though I don't think you want to do him in a no-hit run. I know I wouldn't. I'd rather just take the shortcut, you know? By the way, for my no-hit run, I think what I want to do is use the Crystal Halberd. Basically lead up before the Crystal Halberd, use the War Pick, or just the normal Halberd for that matter. It's also really good. But like, the only problem is the weapons that I plan on using all have Stumble. Stumble really does leave you quite open. You know? The reason why I want to use the Crystal Halberd, of course, is just because it's available. And has really good AR. Like, I should be somewhere around, I think, 480 for ONS, which is amazing. Much better than 20, I can tell you that much. Wow. So the laugh turned evil. So I've actually been quite excited about streaming recently. Partially just because I've gained quite a few subscribers, which is exciting. I might not have many, but it's cool seeing more. I'm up to 27, which is more than I ever thought I'd really get. I don't know. It's cool. Plus, like, people actually comment on my videos, which is nice. I like seeing them and I like responding, so. And hey, if you're willing to actually watch these streams, good for you. You've got about as much patience as I do. So. Thanks, I guess, really. I know the one video that I'm saying it in, it's going to be the one that nobody really watches just because of how bland, to say the least. Mundane, bland, boring. The list goes on, but basically the one that people won't watch is the one that I'm saying all the good stuff in, even though I'm not really saying all that much. You know what's gonna be amazing feeling? Is when I go for Stray Demon who has slightly less health. By that I mean like 1 to 200 less, I think. Yet at the same time, he's gonna take like half the time because I have double the damage. Isn't that gonna be awesome? What isn't going to be awesome, however, is right after that, when I go kill Invisible Priscilla. And fight 2,300 HP's worth of an invisible fight that I have no gauge on how long it'll take because I cannot actually see her health move. Wow, I just phase tanked that. Whatever. Not a big deal. Oh, I meant to... I could have advertised this stream, not that I think many people want to watch, but... I could have shown off. More than to just Starman. Oh well. I'll do it next time. I'll make sure to post in that other Discord. I'll be like, hey, doing more fist-only stuff. You know, if you want to actually watch somebody fight the same boss for a while and learn nothing, turn this on. But actually, though, I do learn a bit, like in the ONS fight. I learned a bit about gargoyles. That's when I first found out about... Well, it's weird because the first gargoyle has kind of like 3 phases. Sounds really weird, I know. But phase 1 is just him. Phase 2 is when the second gargoyle comes in. Phase 3 is when he gets on low enough health, he'll start also using fire. He doesn't do that straight from when the other one spawns in, I think. It's like barely any more damage unless you've got just your fist. Imagine when I thought that like killing Asylum Demon was going to be a long fight. And now the average fight is 1 hour plus, and that was like 30 minutes because it was 400 swings. That was nothing. And now I'm willing to do like Asylum Demon with a Talisman if I had the Talismans to do it. I think if I do a Talisman run, by the way, first of all, Gwyn's gonna be a real pain. Imagine hitting Gwyn like 3,000 plus times but having to item swap, like weapon swap, and also not being able to deal more than 1 damage because you can't parry riposte. Which is going to be a huge advantage, by the way, because basically it'll be parry, riposte, so that's 6 damage, and then I could probably get 1 or 2 punches in, meaning 14 damage or so, and then parry, riposte. There's like 200 plus cycles of just parrying and riposting, but if I get a Black Knight shield or something, it'd be pretty safe. Or if I really wanted, I could probably just use Sanctus for a lot of it and be pretty safe. I'd still take kind of bad chip damage on the, oh god, my mind is just blanking. I'd still take chip damage on the very, like, fast swings, but I think I could just make a fire plus 10 Sanctus. I think it upgrades with just shards. Yeah. Once I get a Sanctus. I think, by the way, Might kind of invalidate it in some people's eyes, but I'm gonna get a Sanctus from a friend. I think that's fair enough, honestly, since I killed Leroy anyways. Hence why I'm still human. I don't think I've died since I actually turned human to kill Leroy and kill, what's his name? Kirk. Holy cow. Maybe this is why I should stream during the day and not at night. But hey, another bar down. We've got less than 5 left. You know, I thought this was gonna be worse. Not to, it's weird, right? Because I don't mind these long fights. They might seem like they'd be mind-numbing to most people, but they're just generally like relaxing. Especially once it's like a slow fight like this. Not to say that I'm going to do Stray Demon with 2 damage, but like, I'd be okay with doing Stray Demon at 2 damage, if that makes sense. I mean, I'm definitely going to be wearing the Gauntlets of Thorns, but I wouldn't mind it if I had to do this again. It sounds really weird, too. Oh, going for the AoE again. That's really weird, especially from my positioning. Don't do the side. You moved enough that it's fine. I should probably start bringing, like, usually I have, like, a bottle of water in here. Knowing how long these fights are going to start taking, I should bring, like, 2 or 3 bottles at least. But they're, like, liter-sized bottles, but still. Doesn't mean I shouldn't drink a lot of water. Though then I might have to, you know, use the bathroom, and that's not quite easy. During boss fights. Not easy at all. I don't know. I think I can slip past. Yeah, sweet. By the way, if you ever wanted ASMR Dark Souls, this is about as close as it gets. Just because I'm talking, I feel like I'm talking quite softly. I don't know why anybody would want that, but hey, a lot of people want a lot of weird things, so hey, I'll do it. That's why they pay me. Granted, if you'll notice, I don't run ads or anything, so they don't pay me at all. Just a stupid joke I'm making, really. "72 minutes. I'm like getting really far ahead of my time per bar. I'm like kind of actually picking up speed. It's weird. I don't know. I'm not against it, of course. You know, that was just pointless to go for that, but I still did it. Oh. Hey! Ah, I thought I could slip by. Barely couldn't. I'm just gonna go ahead and heal. So close to full. Like, this would be the perfect example of Sanctus being useful, by the way. Like, a lot of this damage could have been negated because of it. It makes me curious just how useful it would have been. You know? No, I wanted to land another punch. Also, for next stream, I need my glasses. Luckily, this one doesn't take much focus or much positioning or anything, but I like to have my glasses because eventually my eyes get sore, you know? Wow. What an exhilarating stream this must be to watch, by the way. You know? I must say. Definitely top tier. At least you get to hear me laugh. Always exciting, isn't it? Especially since I laugh like a Dark Souls character anyways. It's fitting. Oh, why you gotta back up? Oh, for more free damage, that's why. I was just a little bit slow on that roll. Well, quite a bit slow actually, but you don't have to actually mention that. Sweet. So, I don't think it was since I've last streamed. I picked up the game Disgaea again, because I can't help but keep buying it. It's really good, I must say. I'm still terrible at it, as in, I feel like I'm always playing wrong, but I still really enjoy it the entire time. Oh, even caught me mid-roll for that bonus damage. Sweet. That was really good positioning on my part, actually, to stop him from getting him into that corner. But, I'm on like chapter 3, if you count chapter 1 as the tutorial. Which it isn't. Basically, I'm on chapter 2. And going back and doing Vire's Castle again, for those, if anybody's played Disgaea that watches this, basically Vire's Castle is the first boss, the final level of his castle. It's really funny though. It has some really good dialogue, I think, but one funny part is, you know, Laharl, your main character, he's talking to Vires, and Vires is building himself up as this great guy, and then Laharl just basically says he doesn't know him, and he's just gonna call him mid-boss. But instead of just changing, or instead of just going with it or whatever, and just still calling him Vires, every dialogue box that shows Vires actually has mid-boss as the name. I like that. It's just kind of funny. But anyways, when you redo a level after the first time, most of the things are the same besides geospaces, which are just a little space influencer. It's an SRPG, so each tile can have an effect if it's on a geospace. And the pyramids, the geo pyramids, whatever they're called, are the things that decide what affects it, or what effect it has. But those change, and some of the enemies slightly change after doing a level for the first time. So Virus no longer exists because, well, you killed him. Instead, I don't remember who it was, but it's some mini-boss, and they actually are like... I ended up losing after coming back to that level, even though I was slightly higher level, and had way more people. It was very strange. Just kind of funny. But yeah. By the way, we're down to 4 bars left. Not even 4 bars. 77 minutes. 77 minutes for 9 bars. That's good. Over 9 bars. This is going to be slightly shorter than I thought. Wow. Yeah, I definitely have plenty of free time to get free hits on that if I'm behind him like this. Look at that. 4 hits. There we go. But another great thing, by the way, about Disgaea. Great music, I must say. Hey, it says I've got more viewers. You get to watch me punch one of the most boring bosses to death. Anyways. We're actually doing this quite well. It would be really embarrassing if I had started this fight with 20 Estus. Granted, starting it with 15 doesn't look much better, seeing as I've gone through 8. But, I mean, any prolonged period of time, you're bound to take damage, you know? Like, granted, yes, you can play perfect. Well, like, you gotta imagine the people that play at the super high New Game Plus levels with that mod, they literally do play perfect for, like, 30 to, like, a couple hours long, depending on the fight. It's kind of crazy. I'm not that good, unfortunately. It's crazy to think that they're, like... I was gonna say it's crazy to think that there are people that are better than me, but that sounds extremely self-centered, and also it's not crazy to think at all. Generally, there's always somebody better at it, no matter what you're doing. It's very rare to be the best, hence why there is only one spot for that, you know? but I'd still like to say I'm up there in terms of skill in Dark Souls. I need to do another speedrun though. See if I can, first of all, beat my time, but also not quit out so much. It's a bad habit I have. And I was looking at the rules, it says if you quit out you have to immediately load back in. I think technically what I did was okay, because I went through the load file screen to check, but maybe not. I still got a good time, I'm just saying it might be slightly invalidated. What's funny though, is if that time did count, there's a leaderboard rate for DSR speedruns. People use like Sen's Gate Skip, RTSR, Duke Skip, yet here I am using none of those, and I'm at 13th place. Or I would be if I submitted the run. Which is just kind of funny to me. To think that I'm doing such a slow method and I still have a really decent speed. I'm about, let's see, 15 plus, I'm like 35 minutes from world record. 34, just about. Which is still really good. It's not even double their time. Because it's 15 plus 19, yeah. 34. Yeah. Which, especially since I don't use Sen's Gate Skip or any skips. Well, like, I do one little skip in Orlando where I jump over the staircase, you know, to reach ONS faster. I swear that might be like the one thing that completely invalidates the point of me not using like any skips, because that is exactly what I say I don't do. Funny enough. It's weird. Anyways. Should be safe. Actually, I could go ahead and heal. Yeah, it's like every hit he does is an Estus Flask's worth of health. You know, Seath is one of those bosses I think I'm a bit worried about, because it's either going to be extremely slow, because I have to, apparently I talk about cycles a lot, but I'd have to cycle through basically baiting him into one attack, running at him, hitting him a couple times, and then baiting him into, and then he would go for like his close range sweep, then I'd have to walk away, you know, just repeat that back and forth. So that's already really slow, but it'd be like 5 hits at a time, which is 20 damage, but he's also got like 5,500 HP, so, you know, 20 into 5,500 is a lot of cycles. I gotta roll, yeah, there we go. It would be 2750, wouldn't it? Yeah. Then just about, it'd be like 275 cycles. But still, my brain might just be running a bit slow tonight. But yeah. 275 cycles. I guess it's not so bad when you think about how long each cycle is. It's just a good 10 seconds. That doesn't sound right? Because then that's 2,750 seconds, but that divided by 60. It's not even 100 minutes. I don't know. Basically, I'm running math on something that I have no actual proof for, and no real good time assumption. There's a lot of stuff that'll add more time to it too. It's very strange. Anyways, I think Seath will take somewhere around an hour to an hour and a half. Is sort of my point. Then again, most bosses shouldn't take more than an hour to an hour and a half once I get the gauntlets. Which will be nice. It's weird because like the more I play Fist only, the more I'm starting to enjoy it. It's very strange. You shouldn't enjoy doing something quite like this. You know, it's like watching paint dry. Maybe I guess after a while of watching it, you feel like, not attached, but you feel motivated to keep going. It's drier than it was 20 minutes ago. You know what I mean? Anyways, 3 bars left at 85 minutes. I mean, hey, we're like 15 minutes ahead of schedule. And we've still got 3 Estus left. 3 Estus for if we wanted to be on track. Hey, yes, keep doing this. Hey, 18 damage, that's good. You know, there is kind of a little bit of screen shake in this, but it still just makes me worried for the next boss. That part's gonna be... I'm gonna be dreading that. I'm not ready for all that screen shake. I just hope, basically, I've got to handle the stomps well, and I've got to handle the fact that Phase 2 could actually... Phase 2 is going to take so much time just because he stalls so much already when you're not... I don't know, he stalls so much even when you're using a normal weapon that, like, it already takes more time than it should, I'd say. I do have to say though, the worst part about the screen shake is he causes screen shake when he jumps up and when he lands. So if he chains himself into a bunch of jumps, it's just non-stop screen shake. And that was already really bad with the hilt when I did it in New Game Plus with buffs. That already felt like it took a while. I think that was like a 10-minute fight or something, but it just, the way it drags on you, you know. Whoops. That's the first time I've been clipped by that. Without blocking, at least. That's silly. I don't think you can actually roll through that, by the way. I think I was just out of range. By the way, what is my fire defense at? 249. I don't think Centipede Demon... It's gonna be slightly lower because humanity, but I don't think Centipede Demon should really be all that difficult. I can't wait though, because after that, I'm gonna have double damage. I don't know. I can't get over that fact. I'm really excited. Because imagine... Because this guy would be long dead, you know? It's stuff like that. The halfway point of boss fights would no longer... You get what I'm saying, though. Basically, even a long fight can, like... I don't know. It's relieving to think about, you know? Granted, as I said, I don't really mind the really long fights. It's just a matter of finding the time. It makes it really hard, you know? Though, tomorrow, or whenever I stream Centipede Demon, once I kill him, I'm easily going to probably do 2 more bosses after him, I think. First of all, Sif. I think I should do him already, just because I've been building up to 4 Kings for so long. I gotta reach him at some point. Now, this one might hit me. Yeah, I shouldn't have even tried rolling. But Sif also has the same amount of HP as Centipede Demon, as I've mentioned before, so it'd be cool to see the difference in speed. Though Centipede Demon is a bit more stationary. But I'm also going to be doing Bed of Chaos, you know? Obviously, Bed of Chaos. The one monster that you can always one-shot with, well, always one-shot in New Game. What's funny is in New Game Plus, if you didn't have the Gauntlets of Thorns, you wouldn't one-shot them. And if you were using a talisman, you wouldn't one-shot them. Isn't that interesting? We're over halfway down this bar, by the way. That's good. I don't know. I might finish this well below. I'm almost at an hour and a half. Well, I'm like right at an hour and a half for the stream time. This really isn't anywhere near as painful as I thought. Like, that's really how most of this has been. Because I kind of delay. I kind of have a bad feeling of wanting to delay doing fist only until it actually starts, and then I'm like, this isn't so bad. I know what I'm doing at least. It's just a matter of, do I want to spend the time doing it? So I build myself up, and then I slightly try to put it off, which is not what I should do. I should just tackle it and get it over with. Don't know why I did an R2 there. Oh, this one might hurt. Nah. It's very safe to circle clockwise for that attack. I don't know, like, I kind of have a feeling of, like, maybe wanting to kill Stray Demon. Which would be stupid of me tomorrow as well. That would be such a long stream killing that many bosses. But also, like, Stray Demon. Imagine that. Doing this boss today and then tomorrow killing the same boss pretty much, but at twice the speed. It'd be like a, an hour-long boss fight instead of a 2-hour. It's just cool. Whoa, his tail really pushed me there. Ow. Oh, that hit me. Okay. Oh no. This is not good. I kind of have to use the bathroom. Whew. I guess I'll just have to wait. See, this is why... I don't know. That's why you make sure you're ready to actually do the boss fight. Almost down to 2 bars though, so we're really just close anyways. It's not that much longer. Wonder what my shield durability is at, because I know I use it quite a bit. It's really not that bad. Look at those iframes. Why you gotta iframe my attacks? Oh, you know, that's a fight I'm looking forward to, is Artorius. That one seems like it'll be a lot of fun. He has like, what, 3,000 to 4,000 HP? I don't quite remember his HP value, but it won't be that many hits. It won't even be 1,000, I think. It'll be like 2 Asylum Demons worth. It'll be like an hour long. Who would have thought? Should be less than an hour, I think, depending on how... Well, like, he's kind of hard to stay super aggressive with. So... That's part of what makes Asylum Demon so short, is you can kind of just go ham. Two bars, not even. Awesome. Wonder how many swings I've actually had on this run. Like, I know that sounds like a really weird thing to think about, but like, I whiff bosses a lot too, because the range is kind of bad. I've swung like thousands of times on this run. It's crazy to think, you know? Like, because this boss alone adds another 2. I've swung a couple tens of thousands of times probably. At least 10,000 times, I think, after this guy, because it's like 4, you know, because 1,000 for 2 bosses. So, I don't even know about Taurus Demon. He was a terrible fight that nobody should ever watch me do. Because I tried to force him off the bridge, because, I don't know, I didn't want to fight him, I guess. I ended up forcing him off the bridge, but it was very painful for everybody to watch. Terribly not proud of that moment. Probably one of my saddest moments, I'd say. Just pitiful, but it happens. I wasn't really in the mood to actually do fist only, I think, at the time. I wasn't that invested, so. But like ONS, right? Because I've gotten them down to like half health multiple times. Each time I do that, it's like 400 hits or something. I did that like well over 5 times. But then I also killed them once. And so that would be like, couple thousand hit. That'd be like 3,000 hits. This guy's 2,700 hits. I've done well over 10,000 swings is all I'm thinking, you know? As I said with my whiffs, definitely. That's crazy. Especially when you think most of my runs don't probably even do 300. If even 200 swings. My speed runs, pardon. I can still make it out, sweet. Had a small cough. We're below... Oh wait, no. I think I already went over this. We're below 2 bars. I was gonna say that again, but I think I've been over that a couple times now. "95 minutes. Eh. It's not bad. Oh. Why I gotta keep back hopping right now, man? Oh no. Please do your butt slam. Thank you. That could have been a lot worse. Oh, this is awesome. Thank you. Ah, I should have rolled. Oh well, not a big deal. This fight just requires so much less focus than most of the fist fights. Like Gargoyles was stressful just because it was 2 bosses and it was still early game, so I didn't have the most survival. But now I've got like a ton of survival and everything. It's like, it's really hard to die. I think there's gotta be a way I can still be one-shot, right? Like one attack, maybe not like one combo, maybe not just one attack. Like, I think maybe if Manus hit me with a full blast of something, that could one-shot me, but that'd be really hard for him to do anyways, I think. I think that could do a lot of damage if I got hit by both parts of it or something. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and heal though. So close, you know? It's just... It's really getting me going. It's getting me excited. Like, there's this feeling that I get whenever I kill a boss. I'm like, I want to keep playing now. Like, specifically in this run. Like, after ONS, I was, well, first of all, really excited to the point where, as you saw, I ran all the way here after also killing Leroy and the other Kirk. I did a lot of stuff in that ONS stream. And it was like a 3-hour stream, where 2 hours and 40 minutes of it were taken up by ONS. It's really weird. It's weird to think, by the way, just how fast you can kill those 2 NPC invasions, just because there's a cliff right next to where they are. See, at the same time, that's one thing, too. I'm thinking, like, maybe I should forfeit Sanctus, because I did what I did. You know? It's like, I shouldn't have done that. I could have just killed him. Granted, like, it's really hard to kill him with 2 damage, partially just because he has healing miracles, and also wogs. Like, many wogs, I think. So, like, it'd be really easy to die, I think. Like, just due to the location. Like, I think he has wog and he uses his hammer special. And then Kirk was just easy. I had no reason to even get his gear. I got both his sword and shield from the depths. So, whatever. Oh, I think my cat just knocked something over. in the other room there. Luckily, there's somebody else to check on him. Almost down to 1 bar. Like almost 20 minutes ahead of schedule? Almost? We're so close. It looks like this will be like in less than, it won't even be a 2-hour fight, I'm thinking. Maybe. I was like really cutting it close on that one though. Also, I could have used way less Estus this fight. It's pretty sad. This is why, like, I think no healing challenges are like kind of more impressive than this. This one just shows that you're patient. And I'm like really patient anyways, so I like to say I am at least. I can claim it while doing this run, and then outside of this run I'll be the least patient person ever, you'll see. Anyways, we are down to the last bar at 1 hour, or 101 minutes. 19 minutes from 2 hours. That's good. It's 2:38 as well, so I'll likely finish this before 3 AM. Nice. Then I'll immediately pass out, because, as I've said a few times already, I am very tired. Oh well. I wouldn't do this if I didn't want to, so. Plus, like, I don't know. I'm really glad I decided to start streaming this too, because this is not one of those claims that you make. I know I've been over this like 1,000 times, but now I'm just thinking about it again. Like, just imagine somebody claiming this without proof. How likely do you think it'd be that people would believe them, that they killed some of these bosses with just their fist? I can understand some of them. Asylum Demon, that one's pretty easy to understand. You get 33 plus damage on the very first drop, so it's like an 800 boss fight, 800 HP boss fight, which is 400 hits with 5 Estus. That's not too bad to land, you know, especially him, since you can just stand behind him, but then you get something like this and you're like, oh, okay. You gotta do that, but like 7 more times on 3 times the Estus. I guess that's not all that surprising. God. The real question is, why did I decide to do all bosses? I'm getting hit. That was silly. Wait, am I ahead 1 Estus? No, because I want to... Yeah, no, I'm ahead by 1 Estus. I thought I was behind or, like, right on target. I was going to go for another hit, but didn't have the stamina. Oh well. You know, like, this would be a really cool way to stream if I was, like, really popular, because it would just be a time to pretty much hang out, you know? Doing one of these fights or something just with your fist. Something that doesn't require too much focus, so you could just kind of read chat. He says as his chat doesn't move. Rip. Oh well. Not a big deal. His mouth is really yellow. Like, I feel like that could have been made a bit better, but whatever. There's a lot of things that could have been better in this game. Of all the things, I think that wouldn't be the first one they'd go for anyways. Hey, we're almost halfway through the last bar. I tried for that 12 damage combo. I just couldn't reach it. So sad. should be like safe right here, yeah. Yeah. That's really weird. It's like the AoE effect is like, wouldn't say bad. Man, like I cannot believe I've messed this run up so much that like even if I didn't want to do all bosses, I messed up this so much that I would have to do at least Demon, Firesage, and Centipede Demon. What a terrible choice if I wanted to do just any percent. I'm still excited. Priscilla's gonna be a cool fight, I think. It's gonna be kind of weird to watch. I think I don't know. But it'll be like 600 hits. Not even, which is pretty manageable. Actually, that's like not even that bad. That's like barely more than Asylum Demon. It's just like invisible and you could bleed. I wonder if I could... Nah, I was gonna say I wonder if I could get the tail cut, but there's like no way. I don't know how much the tail takes to cut off, but it's more than... Probably be like 50 to 100 hits at the very least. He's so close that I'm trying to rush, but as I've said many times, rushing just doesn't work on this build. I wonder if I'll poise break Gwyn, by the way. I think there's a chance. At least part of the way through the fight. I think I might at least get one poise break. I'm surprised Tin Banishment Catalyst even poise broke him, but seeing that I poise broke Smo twice, I think it's totally possible. We're almost to where his health bar stops moving. I can't even remember which side of the boss room is the front or the back right now. Like, they're identical when looking at them, but they've also got the branches, you know? So there should be a way to tell, but I cannot recall right now. I think that side's the exit, but I do not remember. I'm a bit off, if that makes sense. I'm just excited to see him randomly fall over dead. It's funny. When you just stop seeing the bar move, so you don't really know how many hits are left. Like, technically you could know, because you know that that's like a bit under a fifth of their health. A fifth of their last health, so 1/65th of their health, but whatever. So it'd be like 48 hits. Yeah, probably like 40 hits at this point. From, he's gotta be real close then. I don't know. I wonder if that... Ooh, I just got a text from somebody. I'll answer them in just a split second. Come on. There! Hey! Check it out. He is dead, which means I don't want to do that. What a waste of Estus. I finished with 2 extra Estus and just blew one. Oh, I was right, by the way, on which one was the exit. That's cool. Alrighty, though. I'm gonna run to the next bonfire. And then I'm gonna hop off. That's 3 levels. Wait, is that like 100 HP? 80 for 3 levels. Or more stamina / carry weight. Kindle. One more. after this one. And then I'll be done. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping up, but thanks for watching. This actually went alright. But I guess I'll see you next time, probably sometime tomorrow. Thanks. See ya.